So I wanted to just answer some questions that I've been getting about the toxins. Through iCollege, some people have asked me, and then on Friday, some people asked me some questions. I want to clear some stuff up and help you out. My dog is sitting on the next to me, and you might hear him licking. He's been being very needy today. Anyway, so bacteriophages and toxins. So my particular interest here, what I think is really cool, is the situations where the toxin produced by the bacteria actually comes from a bacteriophage. So it's not the bacteria's toxin. It's kind of an interesting relationship. The two that you need to worry about, or not really shouldn't worry about them, unless you're infected, I guess. But anyway, shouldn't worry about the themselves. You should just know something about. Corynebacterium diphtheriae has an AB toxin that is encoded by a bacteriophage in its genome. And Streptococcus pyogenes has a superantigen toxin that is encoded by a bacteriophage. Notice now I'm bringing up the AB and the superantigen descriptions. I talked about that. At least I talked about superantigen in class, and AB really isn't hard. Let me show you. If you go back to chapter 15, table 15.2 here, notice, right here, diphtheria toxin is I think if I hit that, it turns blue on here. But the diphtheria toxin is an AB toxin, and it is produced by or it is encoded by genes found in a bacteriophage. Kind of cool. And the superantigen or the superantigen toxin, if I can get it out right, of Strep pyogenes obviously isn't on this list, but I did tell you that it is a superantigen, and superantigens are on this list. The ones that it lists are the Staphylococcus aureus, but superantigens in general, I wouldn't go hunting through the immunology section. Just know that it non-specifically activates T cells and causes problems. So anyway, the interesting thing, just remember back to this is the bacteriophage lytic replication cycle on your left and the lysogenic cycle on the right. So it sticks its little genome, the little pink line here is it's the bacteriophage DNA, and that could be a number of things. It could be the diphtheria, not the cyptheria. That could be the diphtheria AB toxin. That's one thing that we've seen an example of, or it could be the S pyogenes superantigen, super AG toxin. I'm just trying to link this to the bacteriophage one. Let's put that right up there. And interestingly, this is something that is kind of a common and interesting thread. So when we get to digestive diseases, which we're going to talk about next, another example of these is Shiga toxin. Shiga toxin is an AB toxin. Okay. Shiga, fun to say, not fun to have. Massive, really bad diarrhea. Talk about that later. But this is from, let me point this out, this Shiga toxin, that's from digestive diseases, Don't worry about that right now. Just kind of go, wow, that's really cool. It's like this theme that keeps coming up. The Shiga toxin is another bacteriophage encoded toxins. In this case, an AB toxin. The ones you need to know for the exam, just diphtheria toxin. It's an AB toxin made by bacteriophage in Corynebacterium diphtheria, and the Strep pyogenes superantigen toxin encoded by bacteriophage in Streptococcus pyogenes. You should know that is strep throat, which used to go to scarlet fever back in the day. Not so much anymore, although it does happen. And just have a really general understanding of superantigen. Well, it's just non-specifically activating T cells, and that causes a systemic rash, and among a lot of other things. Not to get you too excited about the bacteriophage story, if you notice there is a pertussis. So let me write right here. So Bordetella pertussis toxin. Okay. That is not encoded by a bacteriophage. Okay, so not every toxin, phage, not encoded by a bacteriophage. That is actually pertussis. That is one of Bordetela's own genes. All right. Okay. So that's that. I just wanted to link it up to chapter 15, the table where they just show this, AB toxin, superantigen toxin. Link it back to what we talked about in the past. I'm really not adding anything here. I'm not asking that you know what an AB toxin exactly, how it works, except for that you know that an AB toxin, the one component, delivers the toxin to the cell where it's going to do it, and it sticks the other toxin inside the cell, right? So one is a delivery module, and one is the like the ninja star of cellular death. So that's what you need to know from AB toxin. And superantigen activates T cells, not specifically. The only other thing, this came up in the grotto on Friday, exotoxin versus endotoxin. People were trying to figure out whether or not tracheal cytotoxin is an exotoxin or an endotoxin. I think by the book's definition, when you look here up at the top here, the diagram, technically I guess it's an endotoxin, but this endotoxin exotoxin is almost not appropriate here, because some bacteria, as we're going to talk about with Helicobacter pylori, sort of actively mince up their peptidoglycan and pump it into stomach epithelial cells, which is just bizarre, right? So it's an active process that the bacteria does in some cases. Okay, so don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about whether or not it's an endotoxin or an exotoxin, except to know that if an AB toxin or a superantigen, those are made from, if I just told you it's made by a bacteriophage, it has a gene, well, that means it is transcribed into RNA, translated into a protein. Well, by definition, that's going to be an endotoxin, right? It's something that is made inside the bacterial cell and needs to be pumped out. There you go, that's pretty easy. And tracheal cytotoxin is from the peptidoglycan layer. It is just a single unit of the peptidoglycan, the N-acetylglucosamine and acetyl-muramic acid with the peptide cross-link. Although even that last little bit there is a little much. Just know that it's know what cellular structure it comes from. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. Talk to you later. Bye.